Hello everyone, welcome back to Cybertix. Today we are going to learn and understand about all the concepts of Active Directory, how to enumerate and what are the policies, etc. If you are new to this challenge, make sure you check out our previous videos. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's start with the day 15 challenge. Be it ever on Heinous, there's no place like domain controller. So today let's just directly learn our objectives. That is about to learn about the structures of the Active Directory, learn about common attacks in Active Directory attacks, and after that investigate some breaches against the Active Directory. So I have started all my machines. These are the username and password. If you wanted to connect to RDP and all. So Active Directory. Before deep diving into the Active Directory, let's just understand that how network interface can be mapped out and ensure that access of our resources is being well maintained. This is typically done through a directory services which map and provide access to network resources within an organization. So just think like our file explorer in Windows. We have multiple directories where our documents are being stored in multiple directories, and we can keep on creating the new directory as well. And also we can set up access level as well, like suppose admin can access all the directories, and if there is another user in this system, they can access little bit of file access and some kind of thing. So getting that access kind of thing, or whatever the access level we determine, it is based on the LDAP credentials. So lightweight directory access protocol is the full form of the LDAP. It is a core directory services. So Active Directory is therefore a directory services at the heart of the most enterprise network. So let's take an example of a Google or a Facebook company where it has a complete huge organizations. So it is not possible for everyone to connect at the same direct Active Directory and all. So many have their own domains in different countries. So let's say our headquarter of Google is under California, right? So that domain main controller will be over the California, and rest of the domain controllers who are being connected to each other in different countries are will be located into the different situations. So similarly, they are going to have a 3 to 4 different objects, we can say that is about the user individual accounts represent a people or a services. It is not compulsory that that particular user account is a normal or physical user. It can be of any services. And group, it means of collections of users are getting over into one particular group which have some same or specific access controls they have. And after that, computers we don't say in the Active Directory, but we says a machines over there. So it belongs to a domain governed by the Active Directory policies. And after that, it also contains a printers and other resources, network devices as well. So Active Directory manages all the stuff related to users, their different groups of different countries, their machines, let's say computers or physical computer or virtual devices or any other things. And after, the building block of the Active Directory structures includes a domain, which I have already said that suppose my main headquarter is on California, so it contains a one particular domain. It's not like our HTTPS or something, but behind the Active Directory we say it as a domain. It's a logical grouping of network resources such as users, computers, and services. They serve a main boundary of Active Directory. Administrators can be identified by their domain component and domain controller name, so which we are going to learn further. Everything inside a domain is subject to the same security policies, and then same permissions. So and after that we have a OUs, that is the organization's units. It contains within a domain only, where it also have a subgroups object based on some department, locations or functions for easier management. Administrators can apply group policies settings for specific OU. So it means that we have a large domain in California, and then we have a different department, let's say HR department, financial department, security team department. So we are not giving the same access level to the security person who can access the financial data of the Google, right? So different OU have different kind of settings and permissions as well. Now, forest. As I told, the company Google is very big. So whatever the domains, whatever the organism, all comes into the world, it contains into a forest. So if we think about it, a forest contains a multiple trees. So these trees can contains a domain. Now in that trees there is fruits, leaf or any other thing. So these are the organization units, domain controllers, domain components, etc, etc. This is how we explain it. And trust relationship. So let's say in a forest we have multiple trees. So one tree can be connected to another tree as well. Let's say in a domain within a forest can establish his trust relationship that allow a user to access one domain to another domain. It can be a bidirectional or a semi-directional as well. So combining all these components allow us a distinguished name, that is a DN, that object belongs to the active directory. So we are giving a name such as CN, mayor, malware, and after that OU, that is organization unit, is management, domain controller is 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and DC is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So the core active directory components which we are going to see, that is about the domain controller who controls that domain only. So domain controllers are the server that it hosts the active directory services. They store the AD databases and handles authentication and authorization requests such as logging in users or verifying access to resources. Multiple domain controllers can exist within a domain for redundancy. So suppose California is a very huge country. After that, if it can also contains a domain control, many domain controllers over there. When changes are made into a active directory, these changes are replicated across all the DCs, ensuring that domain directory remains consistent. And there is also one thing, that is about global catalog. It is a scheduled searchable database where AD that contains a subset of informations from all the objects in the directory. It contains all the logs, all the details of the active directory, what it contains, and with a very specific information. This allows a user and services to locate objects in any domain in the forest, even if those objects reside outside of the country or any different domains as well. LDAP, which I have explained you earlier, it is a protocol to query and modify the directory. The protocol allows for fast searching and retrieving information about the objects such as users, computers, and groups. Kerberos authentication. This is the main thing in the Active Directory because it provides an authentication. Different kind of encryption techniques is also being provided over there, and most of the Active Directory attacks are being performed in this Kerberos only. Now, what is group policy? It is the most powerful feature in the Active Directory, that is a group policy, which allows administrator to enforce some of the policy across the domain controller as well. So group policies can be applied to users, computers, or any other services, which can be enforced like policy passwords, software development, deployment, firewall settings, and many more things. Group policy object, that is a GPO, it is a container that hold these particular policy. So if we are giving a specific policy to the services or the user or computer, all these contains into one group, which we say a group of policy objects over here. So let's just say that MaxKD wants to ensure that all the users within 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 SOC follow a strict password policy enforcing minimum password length and complexity rules. So how this here it is they are going to do, that is the using run Windows, it is going to open a group policy management in the server gpmc.msc, right click, create a GPO, that is a group policy object, and over here they are going to add what are the domains and what are the lengths they are going to add it. So edit a GPO by navigating the computer configurations, policy, window settings and all. So we have to give the follow steps, that minimum password length should be of 12 characters, enforce the password history, that is the 10 passwords. It means that last 10 password which are being used, it can be never used the same time. So maximum password is, that is the password expiration time is of 90 days as well. So this is how it is going to work. So there are many common Active Directory attacks, and there are many tickets as well, such as golden ticket, silver ticket, diamond ticket, and also there is one skeleton attack as well. So we are going to see everything into this Track Me challenge. So let's just start with that golden ticket attack. Now it's just a name, but actually we are just attacking on the Kerberos, where we are getting the another access of the users and all. So a global golden ticket attack allows attacker to exploit the Kerberos protocols and impersonate any account on the AD by forging a ticket granting ticket, that is a TGT. So whatever the Kerberos authentication or authorization are being performed with the help of TGT, with the with the help of interacting with the servers, all this contains a TGT. By compromising the 𝗾𝙤𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, it means that Kerberos granting ticket accounts and using its password hash. We do not have to decrypt anything, because whatever the encryptions are being sent to the server, it is only accepting that encrypted hash only. So the attacker gains complete control over the admin, over the domain, as far as the law forged ticket remains the valid. So if admins try to change the golden ticket passwords, then we can't forge that same ticket again and again. So fully qualified domain name, this is the FQDN of the domain, SID of the domain, username of an account to impersonate, 𝗾𝙤𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 account password has. Detection for these type of attacks involves monitoring unusual activity involving in the 𝗾𝙤𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So there are a few events, let is the 4762 and 4672 and 4768. It says that look for the TGT request for higher privilege accounts, and then these logs when specially privileges for the ACID TCP privilege are assigned for the user. Now after that there is another thing, that is the pass the hash. So this type of attack steals the password and it can be used to authenticate service without needing the actual password. So this is a possible because of NTLM. So it also says Windows new technology LAN manager. It is a suite of security protocols offered by the Microsoft. So protocol allows authentication based on the password hashes. Key ways to mitigate these attacks are enforcing strong password policies, conducting a regular audits and all same things, and we have to check the privileges and all. These are the mitigations for this pass the hash. Kerberosing, this is the main thing over here. Kerberosing, it is an attack where Kerberos in which attacker requests a service ticket for the account with the specific service principal name, that is the SPN, which extract the ticket and password hashes and then attempts to crack them offline using some of the tools and let is the pass the tickets and other things. So and also Kerberos is also a tool which we have in the GitHub also. So mitigating this type of attacks also involves the service accounts should be secured with a strong password, and also we have to implement secure policies across the AD. Pass the ticket. Now pass the ticket and pass the hash is completely different, because over here we are attacker steals the Kerberos tickets and for a compromised machine and use them to authenticate user or services whose ticket was stolen. So this attack can be detected through monitoring for suspicious login, that is the event 4768 and 4624. This is where it is the most successful login happens in this event ID. Malicious GPOs. Advisories are also known as abuse of group policy to create persistent privilege access accounts and distribute and execute malware by setting up policies that mimic software deployment across entire domains. To mitigate this particular exploitation, again we have to regularly audit some of the unauthorized changes. Strict permissions will be applied. Now this is a very hard to perform it into the Active Directory. That is about the skeleton key attack. It is at the topmost level. So it contains many different tickets. So silver ticket, golden ticket, bronze ticket, golden ticket, diamond ticket, and the topmost came it is of skeleton ticket, where attacker installed a malware backdoor to log in into any of the account using a master password. This legitimate password for each account will remain unchanged, but attacker can bypass it using this skeleton key password. So it can also access administrator account across the forest. So let's just investigating an Active Directory breach over here by getting on the get GPO all. So let's just start forever allow over here, and let's just start the PowerShell. Let me just increase the font size over here. Okay, and let's just paste it out. Copy, paste, and hit enter. Over here we can see display name, that is a default domain policies which they have in the active directories, and it contains a domain name. These are the domain names which we can access if we have access of that. So an owner is variable domain admins, this is the IP, and GPO status is all settings are enabled. Same thing, same domain name over here, same domain name, but it is there a malicious GPO is attached over here, so which contains a persistency. So let me just solve the challenge of today's. Cool, we have solved. After that we can read all the stuff, because we have to just get the GPO reports, name, set, wallpapers, and all the things can be report can be generated over here. Also we can see it from the client side, CLI side also. Now event viewer, Windows comes packed with the event viewer. This invaluable repository stores a record of system activity. It also contains sysmon, where it contains every log of the server or the active directory. So whoever changed the password, whoever has logged in at what date and time, all security events are being logged over there. So for example, we have to check for the security tab, and we can also look for the finds. So let me just go it over here, or we can directly access over here by just double clicking over it. So let's just start directly jump to the questions. Use the security tab within the event viewer to answer question 1 and 2. Okay. On what day glitch malware was logged in? So let's just copy the name over here, custom view logs, server roles, over here Windows logs we have to see for the security, and let's just use the find glitch malware over here. Okay, so there are many other things. So let what we can do is we can just click on cancel, see the details over here, and click on find. Okay, let me just see the general details as well. Yeah, we can see the event ID as well, and at what date and time it has been logged in. So over here we can see the date and time is completely same, that is the date, that is of and this is of American time. So we have, it means that it is of 7th month and 11th is the date. So we have to give 07 slash 11 and 2024, hit on submit. Yep. What event ID shows the login of the glitch malware? So let's just hit again with the find next. All the task category we can see it is of log off only, and there is a special logon. Special logon is completely different. We have to see the normal logon, that is the 4624. So 4624, hit on submit. Read the PowerShell history of the administrator account. What was the command that was being used to enumerate Active Directory user? So it also contains the history, so which is a very good thing in the Active Directory. Whatever the commands which we are going to use it. So move to CD, C. Over here, I guess it is hidden. So hidden files, users, administrators, app data, local, I guess Microsoft, Windows, PowerShell, and we can see schedule jobs and all. So we have to check all the directories over here. Okay, click on OK. Okay, it is not, we are not using this. So let's just move to the roaming Microsoft Windows. It also contains the PowerShell over here. Yeah, PS readline and console history, and we can see we have used a recently command, that is the get GPO, and it has been logged over here as well. So previous command which was being used by the attacker, that is the get AD user -filter star, that is everything, where the property contains a member of, and select the object names. So let's just paste it over here. Look into the PowerShell log file located into the application security window shell. What was the glitch malware set password? So let's just cancel it out and go back to event viewer. Over here, we have to go for the application services logs. Over here, Windows PowerShell. We have to look for the password, right? So let's just directly hit and password and find next. Okay, we can directly click on the details to see in a better view. Over here we can see it. I guess it doesn't contain that. Find next. Just keep on checking over here. Yep, we have got event data available, stop, new engine start, host version, host application, that is C Windows System 32 PowerShell. Command was being used, that is the $power, convert to secure string, and the password is super secret password as a plain text, and we are forcing to create a new Active Directory user where the name is glitch malware, given name as glitch, surname is malware, and same account name is glitch malware over here. So here is the password which they have used. So let me just copy it properly. Copy it over here, paste it out. So we have successfully solved all the answers. Okay, it says glitch malware. Read the Active Directory. Okay, so we have not properly copied that. Okay, so okay, yep. So we have completed and understand what is Active Directory and how to enumerate the details and all. So I hope you understand the basic concept of Active Directory. I know it will be difficult for beginners to understand these concepts, but trust me, if these concepts are clear in your mind, you can achieve a CITP certificate where it shows how to perform attacks on Active Directory. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till that time, goodbye and Jai Hind.